In this video, I'll be talking about 7-2, which is about estimating quotients when you are dividing with decimals. Sometimes you're going to get an example and have to estimate where both of your numbers are greater than 1, and these usually tend to be a little bit easier of problems. So this would be something like 12.76 divided by 3.6, and in these cases all you need to do is choose whole numbers that are close to both of these numbers but that are a bit easier for you. And we talked about in the past, when you are estimating with division, always start with your second number. I'm going to change that to 4 since it's closest to 4. You could also choose 3 as well, or 5, and then I'll go back and change my dividend into something that this 4 can go into, which something that's close to 12.76 and that 4 can go into would be 12. The reason I started with this second number here is if I started with the first number and maybe chose 10, then it might not be divisible by my other number. If I chose 10 and then 4, well, 10 can't be divided evenly by 4. So that's why we start with our second number in order to estimate, and then I'm simply solving 12 divided by 4, which we know is 3. So pick numbers that are close to your original numbers, but that are easy enough for you to do in your head. Here's another example with some larger numbers. Let's say we had something like 181.2 divided by 5.7. Again, start with your second number. In this case, we have 5.7, which is close to 6. I could have chosen 5 or something else. Try and get as close as you can, though, to get an accurate estimate. Now I'm going to change my dividend into something that 6 can go into. I know that 6 goes into 18, so if I were to do 18 with a 0 at the end, 180, it would be evenly divisible. So when you have bigger numbers, try and think of a smaller multiple and see if you can put a 0 on it. So now I can divide 18 divided by 6, which is 3, and bring my 0 over to get my estimate of 30. What does get a little bit trickier with estimating is when one of your numbers is less than 1. For example, if you were asked to estimate this problem, it gets a little bit trickier because this number is less than 1 whole, but it's still definitely doable, so don't get nervous. We're going to follow the same steps and change our second number first. 5.1 is very close to 5, which is generally an easy number for us. And now I want something that 5 can go into. Well, I know that if this was a whole 65, 5 can go into 65. So I'm actually going to keep this first number the same. I could change it to something closer, close that's even easier. That would be okay as well. But I want to get a really close estimate this time, so I'm going to leave that one the same. And all I'm going to do now is think about this decimal as a label. So 65 hundredths is the same as 0.65. So 65 hundredths divided by 5, well, 65 divided by 5, 5 goes into 6 one time, with 1 left over, and 5 goes into 15 3 times, which means that 5 goes into 65 13 times. So 65 hundredths divided by 5 would be 13 hundredths. My label just kind of comes over here. And I can't fit that all in there, but you know what that is, 13 hundredths. And another way to write 15 hundredths is 0.15. So think about your decimal as just like a label when you get a problem like this. So if it's something like tenths divided into 2 groups, well, you bring that label over, tenth. So in your last example, the decimal was the first number, the dividend. The trickiest kind of problem that you'll see with estimating, and you won't see this often, so just try your best to understand it. But this is a rare occurrence, but what you might sometimes see is when you have something where maybe you have 14.9 divided by 0.3, and my second number is less than 1. When your divisor is less than 1, it gets a little bit tricky, but you guys can still do it. Again, start with that second number, and actually I feel pretty good about keeping that 0.3. I'm good at my 3's facts. Maybe you are too, so you might want to keep that the same. And I know that 3 goes into 15, so I'm going to choose that for my dividend. Now, we're going to actually think about this, so whenever you have a number less than 1 as your second number, your divisor, think backwards and think about it like multiplication. Okay, it's going to just make it a little bit easier for you since these are tricky problems. So I need to think that 15 divided by 3/10 equals something. And that would be the same as what times 3/10 equals 15? What times 3/10 equals 15 wholes? So I know that I need a 5 here because 5 times 3 gives me the digits 15, 1, 5, right? But if I multiply 5 wholes times 3/10, that's 15 with one number after the decimal point. And that's too small. I need my decimal point moved to the right one time to get this 15 that I have here. So in my blank space, I'm going to move the decimal point to the right once, which would make this 50. Now, let's try that. I want to see, and I'm going to clear out some space here, because I want to see if it works now. Is 50 times 0.3 times 3/10 15 wholes? So let's try that. 50 times 3 is 150, but I have one number after the decimal point, so I need one number after my decimal point. I get 15.0, which is the same as 15. So that means that this answer of 50 is correct. That's an awesome estimate for this problem. Now, these types of problems are tricky, where you have a number less than 1 as your divisor. We will go over these in class as well, but like I said, you don't see this super often, but we're going to get familiar with it again together tomorrow. I want you to go ahead, though, and try this problem using what you have learned here about estimating with decimals. Let's say I had 151, and I want to divide it by 5.26. Go ahead and write out what numbers you used and what your estimate is. Good luck!